Governor Kevin Stitt established the Oklahoma Workforce Commission with the signing of Senate Bill 621 in 2023. The commission is tasked with developing public and private partnerships with the business community and a new workforce system. Joining us live now to tell us all about their work is their executive director, Kyla Guyette. Kyla, good morning. Thank you so much for being here.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Of course, happy to have you here and learn more about the commission. So starting with that, give us a little bit of oversight into the commission's primary objectives.
Absolutely. So there was a study done a couple of years ago, and really the primary outcome for that was that everybody does workforce development, no one owns it. And so one of the primary functions of the Oklahoma Workforce Commission is to be the owner of that endeavor, kind of coordinate all of the different workforce activities that happen around the state, make sure we are not duplicating a lot of that effort. There's a lot of that happens, making sure we're following up on all of the investments and appropriations. Previously, a lot of folks had workforce kind of tied into their budgets, but nobody followed up to see, did that project work and how did it go? And so now the commission is in that role of overseeing that work and making sure we're doing that. Our other primary goal is to help Oklahoma not only keep pace with our neighbors, but to far exceed. We want to be the place of choice for site selectors and for folks wanting to relocate. We want them to come to Oklahoma. And so coming up with some really innovative ways on reinventing ourselves for that.
Yeah, I know the governor always talks about being open for business.
Yes.
Let's talk about the commission. They have been meeting monthly since the start of last year.
Yes.
Talk about some of the progress that's been made since then.
Yeah, I mean, as much as can be done, it's a brand new state agency. So that was a lot of work just in the beginning with standing up an agency, finding a team, a staff, all of those kinds of things. We're right now in the process of strategic and operational planning with all of our stakeholders. So those are stakeholders across the state, both employers, our training providers, those from the public, who all have an opinion on what they would like to see happen in the workforce. And that's what we're doing right now. We are also launching a data platform. This is going to be an online dashboard that anyone in Oklahoma could go onto and see at any given moment what the spend actually is, how we're doing towards that spend, who has that money, and how well it's going. So anybody in the public can track with transparency how that looks.
And as we look at Oklahoma's workforce, are there any specific challenges that the state faces that the commission is looking at?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we have a couple of key targeted industries where we are trying to backfill. We have some critical sector needs, but it's also the new industries we're trying to draw in. You know, previously, and lots of states have it in addition to Oklahoma, but kind of a shotgun approach to economic development. Whatever comes along, we'll take it. But we really want to work with the Department of Commerce to hone in on, based on our assets and the liability and the good things we have here in Oklahoma, here's the industries where we could have the best chance of getting those economic development wins and preparing talent much before that. So when somebody comes and says, are you able to fill my talent need? We can say, yes, absolutely. So we're a little behind on that, but we are going to catch up super fast, and making sure our kids are graduating from high school and college job ready.
Okay, and as we look ahead to the future here in the coming months, the coming years, this is a new commission. Sometimes things get time to get up and running and really see results. What are you hoping to see for the workforce of Oklahoma?
A well-coordinated plan, all of us moving in concert. It's collective impact across the state of Oklahoma. I'd like to see us move in the direction of some additional college competency-based work, making sure we're getting credit for competency rather than seat time, some high school designations and diplomas where folks are career ready and STEM ready. So some changes in education, but also some of the funding changes where we're being much more impactful with those investments.
All right, and finally, before we go, where can Oklahomans find some more information about the work that the commission is doing and maybe even potentially get involved?
Absolutely. We are at workforce.ok.gov. If anyone has any comments and wants to reach out, info@workforce.ok.gov can easily reach us at any time.
Okay, we'll make sure to post that information up on our website as well. Kyla, thank you so much for coming in. Appreciate your time and keep us updated on any new developments.
I would love to.
Okay.